Hi guys, welcome back to Irene Torok Art. I'm Ren, a full-time artist living with Crohn's disease in Australia. I hope you're doing well. I myself haven't been feeling all that well in the last few weeks, so this video is a kind of taking care of yourself while you're feeling out of sorts kind of video, as well as a studio vlog where I include the painting which I just completed and the process it took to finish this one. So I call it Bare Bones, and it's a 75 by 75 centimeter piece done in oils in my style I call Renism, in 5 simple layers, as you'll see throughout the video. So as I said, I haven't been feeling well as of late, not so much physically but more mentally. I was put on a new medication for my Crohn's disease called Rinvoq to replace the injections which I was getting for the last 7 years for my Crohn's, as my Crohn's had progressed. And it's a very expensive, very successful medication, but it has had some side effects like breakouts and various other things. But for the most part, it's been my anxiety and mental health that's been playing up, and so I haven't been doing all that much, and it took me weeks to even upload the last travel vlog which I last uploaded. So to try to improve, I thought, you know, while I'm practicing these self-care habits that anyone can do to try to feel a little bit better and more in control when they're sort of feeling out of sorts, I'd film just little bits and pieces that you can do for yourself if you've been feeling out of sorts yourself as well. Some of those things can include things like a good morning and nighttime routine. They say structure is really good when you're struggling with mental health or anxiety. It's just really good to have some structure in your life, and also getting out in nature, including some physical activity, whatever that might be for you, a walk or anything like that. But they say it's great to sort of get outdoors and get moving a little bit. Nutrition is really important, and trying to eat balanced meals to fuel your body correctly can help a lot in how you're feeling. So I include some picky plates that I do for lunches, and I also include a recipe, as I like to do later in the video, for some really heartwarming, really delicious but super simple to throw together soup. So you'll see that a little bit later on. It's also really good to keep your surroundings organized and tidy if you can, because mess is just the worst for a cluttered mindset. So I did a deep clean, as I usually do weekly, and just sort of tried to keep organized with everything in my surroundings. And then treating yourself also can be really soothing when you treat yourself with certain things that you wouldn't enjoy every day or buy on a regular basis. For me, that was some flowers this week just passed. And I love my plant babies. If you've seen any of my videos, you probably already know that. So caring for plants, they say, is really healing for people, and I found that, you know, pottering around with my plants sort of helps when I'm sort of feeling anxious or just not so well in general. And then there's also retail therapy, of course. So a good thrifting trip is always great fun for me, and I love getting out there with a friend or with loved ones, as I did this past week, just to take your mind off things and, you know, hunt around for bargains and things like that. Can be really therapeutic. But other than that, they say hobbies are great. So art therapy is a major thing in the world, and for me that is my painting. And in this last week or so, to get back into my art again, I started out by edging and signing a bunch of paintings that needed doing, and that sort of eased me back into picking up paintbrushes again. So this is what we're working with. These are all the paintings that I'm going to edge today. I will do top and side, and then flip it over top and other side once they dry, and I will sign them all when I have edged the other lot of paintings. Day 2, we have some larger pieces. I had to edge and sign them all because I really hope to get a stall happening in the next few weeks or so. So a bunch of them needed doing, so I did that, and then I set up the studio and got started on this little piece, which was super simple. My first layer usually is. So just blocked in some color and yeah, that's it. Having some routine and structure is really great for mental health. So for me, a good morning routine really helps to get the day started right. I've been keeping up with my organizer, which I like to sort of set attainable goals on a week-to-week basis, and try and get things done and organized in that matter. But yeah, just doing the simple little things in the morning, like having your coffee and looking at your organizer and brushing your teeth, and if you can do some stretches or even Pilates. Some mornings I'm actually good and I get up and do some Pilates, but it really sets the tone for the day, so it's good to start the day out right. It's a gorgeous day out there.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh. Nothing like a good stretch in the morning. Then physical activity is fantastic to try to feel better when you're feeling up to it though. But even getting outside for a walk is really great. I run 3-4 times a week when I'm doing well, and try to add in some strength training here or there on other days when I can. But yeah, just getting out in nature in general and moving your body a little bit just automatically makes you feel better. Then the next layer on the painting, I just put in the background trees and the tree reflections on the water. Pretty straightforward again. Social withdrawal is really common with mental health, and I cancelled way too many plans in the last few weeks. I'm only this week starting to catch up with people more and do more things, and yeah, you'll see more of that in upcoming videos. But when I'm sort of feeling a bit anxious and not well, retail therapy, going out there and sifting through some things to look for bargains and things like that can really take your mind off things. So Jay and Jazz and I dropped into one of our favourite thrift shops and had a bit of a look.
Probably no.
Nature aboard the radio. This is radio. An empty seat must be filled. That's radio. Well, good luck getting back.
Offices across Melbourne, EasyLink makes selling your property easy. Search EasyLink Conveyancing.
And then the other thing I love is taking care of my plants. So plant shopping, repotting plants, watering them, positioning them, fiddling around with them. I absolutely love, and I love when Jazz joins in as well.
I don't know what plant to get. What about a red one, Jazz? Oh, you're looking at the same ones.
Not different, but
Pink. Oh, that's actually prettier, but they're bigger. I need a small pot though.
Where's the one you're going to say?
This one. You'll just need a
I'm
water.
going to repot it, eh?
I'm going to pot it into here, and it can go with the other plants. Oh, I love this little red one. So pretty. I don't know about this dirt. You cleaned it. Very nice.
Right.
Thank you.
try to choose as possible.
Very nice. Yeah. Yeah. No
So
problem.
this is gonna overstay its welcome for a couple of days.
Okay. Then returning back for another layer on the painting, I added in some detail on the shoreline and on the background trees and their reflections, just yeah, to add some more definition. Keeping your surroundings tidy just helps declutter your mind too, believe it or not. So trying to be organised. I do clean once a week in general and tidy on other days, but just doing a deep clean and, you know, organising things around me I find quite therapeutic. And then treating yourself. For me, this past week it was just a bunch of flowers, but anything that you feel is a treat for you can be just really uplifting, you know, after you finished a task that's maybe not so much fun, but needs doing. And yeah, treat yourself every now and then. Oh, that washing machine's so loud. And then I'll just have to vacuum and mop, and then that's that done.
There we go. Lovely.
Nutrition is also really important. I try and do a good meal plan, shop for healthy ingredients to have on hand throughout the week to make whatever dinners. I eat picky plate lunches most days for lunch, which is super healthy. If I exercise that day, I tend to do it before lunch and then have my healthy lunch. I also juice every now and then because I've had depleted electrolytes, basically like sodium of 101 where I nearly died. So I really have to, with my Crohn's, keep on top of my electrolytes. So that's something, you know, to keep up with even when you're not feeling up to it. And it makes you feel better when you eat well. You just feel like, oh, I've eaten really well and the fridge is stocked, and yeah, it's just good.
I've got your apples in the back too, Jazz.
Yeah, you told me that yesterday.
Okay. I'm so hungry.
Oh, we got another episode up, don't we? Yay!
Part 2 and part 3 should be.
But then back to art therapy. Next layer was blocking in the foreground trees and ground basically, and some of the major branching work that needed doing. And speaking of nutrition earlier, a bowl of soup I find is just the most nourishing thing ever. So I've been doing pretty simple meals on, you know, most nights lately, but I still try to add a lot of flavor. And this throw together ramen recipe that I'm including is just so simple yet delicious, and yeah, just really comforting as well.
So super simple for our ramen: a large onion, a few cloves of garlic and some ginger. We'll go in some sesame oil, saute that a bit. Then we'll go in with some pork fillet into that today. I'm going to pre-soak some dry shiitake mushrooms, just a half a packet for 3 serves. And that will go in once the pork sauteed up a little bit with some good quality beef stock, some fish sauce and some soy sauce. And then we'll bring that all up to the boil. That'll cook away for a while. In the last 10 minutes, we'll add some broccolini. We'll throw some soup noodles on to cook. I'm going to boil a few eggs to add an egg to each portion, and that'll be the soup done. And then I'm just going to prep some garnishes to go on the top afterwards, and that'll be it. First, you want to saute your onion, ginger and garlic until it starts turning golden. And we've got some eggs cooking to get that out of the way. Then we go in with our pork fillet and saute that for a few minutes on high. Then to that we want to add our soaked shiitake mushrooms, some fish sauce, some soy, salt and pepper, some good quality beef stock, we'll peel our eggs and get some water on for our noodles. And once that comes to a boil, you just turn it down to a simmer and let it simmer away for 30 minutes. And we'll do our noodles, broccolini in the last 10 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm just going to prep some garnishes. Oh, that's looking good now. Once your ramen's been simmering for about a half hour, 45 minutes, you want to pop in your broccolini. And we'll drop some noodles in and separate those up as well and cook them up. Then you want to pop your noodles in your ramen bowls. Garnish it up and enjoy. Yeah, you get like super hot ones and then ones that barely have any heat to them.
Like you take
What, like a Russian roulette of...
But he's just got slide.
Really?
And then finishing up the painting was all the foreground detail and extra branching, trunk detail, and that wrapped this one up. And then for a night routine, I have my showers at night in general and do my skincare then as well. Sometimes we'll watch a movie or a show or something, and then I might read in bed, but it's really important to try to prioritize sleep and to try and put yourself in some sort of a routine which aids with that. Crazy breakouts from the rim block, it's terrible. Oh, feeling much better after that shower. Yeah, I really struggle with prioritizing sleep sometimes, so that's probably the hardest part for me. And it's just really difficult dealing with mental health issues. And if you yourself are struggling in any way, don't hesitate to reach out to somebody, whether it's a loved one or whether it's a therapist. I've been to therapy several times throughout my life. I've got a really great support system in place. But yeah, don't suffer in silence. Talk to people that you love and care about, or, you know, even, therapist, social worker, whatever, you know. Because it's important to try to feel well and to normalize as much as you can, which some of these routines really help with. And of course there's meditation and breathing techniques and all sorts of other things people can do. These are just things that I do to look after myself. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Next week will be a more normal video of me just getting up to certain things and a painting, which I'm really looking forward to painting, that I'll include. But in the meantime, I hope that you're doing really well and that you're taking good care of yourself. And thank you so much for joining me and watching this video. And if you liked it, please give it a like and come back and join me again next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.